I've changed they should be on a different screen now. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so nope, the players are starting now. So they have asked me to get going with it. So I'm just gonna bring up the draft in just a second. Once I can add another window capture to this one. Okay, which one do we want? We want that one. All right. Okay, okay, okay. That's looking better. Let's just move that. Let's make that a bit smaller. And put it over there. All right, so let me see. They are they're getting into it. They've got their picks and pans sorted out. Well, working on it. I've got Coven on the blue side, Interstellar on the red side. Cyber, if you can hear me, they didn't want to wait. They're not waiting. They've told me they were scheduled at 7. They're going to play at 7. So we are just in it. Uh, yeah, I've speak again. I think the Discord host mark. What is that? I think I definitely can. I'm not seeing any volume come when you speak though. Can you see the screen I've got sharing with you right now? With the OBS? Because I've got the host mic working, but the Discord co-host mic isn't showing any decibels when you're speaking. What's that? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're in studio mode. So my one's moving, but the desktop audio still is not moving. So I need to change that to a. Okay, I'll try that. No. Try again. No. It's gotta be one of these. Gaming. Okay, yeah, try that. No. Well. You've got two of me hearing. Oh, two of you hearing. I don't know how that's happening. Oh, you know. Okay, I think try talking now. Okay. Oh. Okay, it's working now on desktop audio. Okay, I think try talking now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's picking up something. The desktop audio, the green bar is moving now on it. Okay, it's working now on desktop audio. Okay, I think try talking now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's picking up something. The desktop audio, the green bar is moving now on it. Yeah, I just keep hearing myself talk back constantly right now. What? This is so weird. It's picking up something. The desktop audio, the green bar is moving now on it. Yeah, I just keep hearing myself talk back constantly right now. What? This is so weird. Yeah, I just keep hearing myself talk back constantly right now. Yep. Okay. Minus. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So property. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you want me to change it? So property. When you speak, it comes out of media. My actual headphones are the speakers Realtek USB. So I just want to put this one as speakers Realtek.
Yeah, if that's what your headset is, yep.
Okay, that's worked now.
See?
Yeah.
Yep. Can you
Okay.
see my level there?
Yes, I can see your level now.
Testing
you
1 2
speak,
1
it
2
comes
1
out of
2
video.
1. Yep, perfect,
my
man.
actual headphones are the speakers real tech. I'm still hearing myself come back through though. So I just want to put this one as speakers real tech.
Let me think about it for a sec.
Okay, that's worked now.
See?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Can you mute yourself on
Yes, I can see.
on Discord and see if that
Testing
works?
1 2 1 2 1 2 1.
Yep, perfect, man.
My actual headphones are the speakers real tech. I'm still hearing myself come back through though.
Now chat on.
Okay. Yeah, I've muted myself on Discord. So I just want to.
And I can hear you perfectly.
You can hear me fine.
Let me think about it for a sec.
Okay, that's worked now.
Yeah, because your mic coming through. Mute yourself on Discord and see if so can you double? Are you hearing you double up?
Yeah. I don't know how long the backlog is of this because I'm still hearing myself come back through though.
I'm not hearing a double up. Just
Okay,
unmute
cool.
yourself.
Okay. Unmute myself on
Discord?
Discord. Muted myself on
Yep.
Discord.
And I can hear you perfectly.
You can hear me fine.
Now talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I've unmuted myself on Discord.
You're hearing
your
double.
mic
Coming through. Yourself on Discord. It's probably also hearing double because we're streaming right now. So you're streaming your audio and it's looping. So if you don't want to hear double of yourself live and it happens, just mute your Discord stream, your Discord mic, and it should work. Now talk.
So when I mute my
but
Discord,
then won't I be able to hear?
You're hearing
It's
double.
okay.
Oh yeah, actually true. Just unmute. Let's give it a test. Let's just run it. I'll go in live. I'm gonna leave the call. I'll join straight back. So, okay. If you don't want to hear double of yourself live and it happens, just mute your Discord stream, your Discord mic, and it should work. You're right, boys.
So when I mute my
but then
Discord,
won't I be able to hear?
I've had the same
Oh, yeah,
repeat,
actually
like the
true,
same
true.
feedback repeat.
Just
now.
unmute. Let's give it a test. Let's just run it. I'll go in live. I'm gonna leave the. Does your headset have a microphone on it attached to it? Okay.
It does, yeah, but maybe something's connected to that accidentally.
Your Discord mic, and it should work. You're right, boys.
So when I mute my
but then
Discord,
won't I
Can you go to your Discord settings and go to user settings and make sure that your microphone, your input device is your speaker, your Rode speaker. Headset have a microphone on it attached to it.
Okay, I've changed it to that now. Maybe that was it. Maybe something's connected to that accidentally.
Yeah. You're right, boys. Can you close the stream now? Close the stream.
Which stream am I closing?
Close your actual not the broadcast. Stop screen sharing. Yeah, your input device is your speaker, your Rode speaker. Is the audio doubling now?
I'm gonna have to like refresh. I'm just gonna have to because.
Yeah. It's okay. We're not stressing here, boys. It's hiccups. It's okay. It's no problem. So is the audio doubling at the moment? Close the stream.
Which stream am I closing?
Close your actual
For you?
not the
Yes,
broadcast.
I think
It is
it's
still. So what can you explain what you're hearing?
I can hear everybody's doubles.
Doubling now.
Everybody's audio. Like refresh.
Have you got the stream on the background and our voices are coming through? It's
Uh,
okay. We're not stressing here, boys. It's hiccups. It's okay. It's no problem.
But there's slight delay on the YouTube stream anyway.
Yeah, the YouTube stream, I don't have audio set for that Google tab. Okay, wait. I can't hear anybody's double now. Something. Someone else try talking?
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Okay, yeah.
Mic check.
I can hear you, and I'm not hearing myself back anymore. I think it must have run itself out again.
Awesome.
Okay, I think it's working then.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I think you're all good, man. You've routed your Rode as your input into your headset, and that's gonna feed as an output. And you've got Grunky as well. His voice is gonna come through.
Yeah.
Sweet. Do I need to directly spectate the game, or will I just be watching the stream from Jacob?
We were coming through on the broadcast, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's why you're hearing double. We still are. So that's absolutely fine.
What?
We'll fix that. Yeah. We'll fix that later.
Are we still coming through?
Yeah, for sure, for
I
sure.
don't.
But
Okay.
we're coming through live, but it's all good. It's hey guys, we're live.
Little bit of entertainment.
A little bit of entertainment behind the scenes. You can change scenes. I'm gonna dip, have some dinner. But if you guys need me, give me a buzz. All right. Enjoy the stream.
Right. How do I get back into the game now?
You guys all right from here?
Yeah, it should be. I just need the copy of the stream to be streamed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So hey guys, if you're ever in this screen again, by the way, and welcome viewers, it's good to have you on board. 23 watching right now, 23 listening right now. Just mute your mic, man. Just mute that little mic symbol in OBL on OBS, okay? And then it will mute. Come through the stream because your mic will be the little symbol. The
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Managed to get into the opening. I just need you to check out the stream for me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do that right now. Yep. Okay. Open that and share my screen. Okay, is that up for you now?
Epic, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Let's get started. Well, thank you everybody for your patience. We have defeated the OBS issue and we are now into game. We're going to try and catch up on a little bit of the happenings. We're actually even in kills, a slight gold lead for Linsanity and his team. But yeah, it's looking like we haven't progressed too far. Thankfully, these guys have been quite relaxed with their gameplay, so we can sort out our technical issues. Straight off the bat, mate, what do you see going on the map?
Alright, so let's take a look at the map if I can make this a bit bigger on mine.
And if you can chuck up the scoreboard as well, that might help us figure out the nearest.
Yep, I'll do that. Scoreboard. Yep, it's just going back to the director cam. It'll be there in a second.
Yeah, epic. There's a lot of work going down in the bot lane. We just saw a dive happen just before. Now they're revisiting straight away. Instead of the Scion, it is the Kale. Ooh! Jetman just gets out of there by the skin of his teeth. And now we're going back to the mid lane again. It's pretty nice seeing this Scion in the mid lane. It's a really good way to neutralize those assassins, Akali, Kiana, Talon, anything that sort of comes through in the mid lane. You know, you just wave clear over and over and over, and they can't really get those solo kills that they want, especially in this meta where taking Ignite on the mid lane is pretty good for getting those advantages. But if you run into a Scion mid, there's not much wiggle room.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously a lot of CC as well coming out of the Scion, something you wouldn't normally get, and a lot of normal mages that you see in the mid lane. I think should do really well into the sort of lower CC from blue team right now, with only the Sejuani really providing any sort of hard engage.
Yeah, absolutely. They've gone for the 2 solo lanes, so they have those sort of hard AP carries with the Gwen and the Akali. Really have to sort of make opportunities for yourself, as you know, they do have that lack of CC. They also drafted the Sivir Lulu bot lane, and so you can get that Wild Growth knock-up, the Polymorph knock-up, but it really is down to the Sejuani to sort of stop the roll of this sort of Scion coming in, which isn't ideal because all the CC is quite important to hit, but yeah, another little solo kill on the side lane. Ooh, the Gwen, you know, going down to the Scion. Maybe she had an angle there, but Wukong Duty is on duty and he's coming through. I'm surprised that this guy has Wukong Duty in his name and he's able to get that through the pick and ban. Might be a little bit of an oversight here from the blue team.
Yeah, you'd normally expect something like that to be picked up by the opposing team. Oh, sorry, I've actually just removed the screen again. It'll go back in a second. But yeah, Wukong managing to go through. It is fearless, so we won't see it again. So they will be safe from his normal duty for the next potentially 2 games of this rate. But they will be feeling the full wrath of it right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, we've just hit level 11 for this Kayle, so she's going to be starting to come online, starting to become a little bit of an issue. And the Scion, he's going to be scaling with that HP stacking on his W regardless. And there's not too much cut on the side of the blue team. You know, we do have the true damage from the Gwen. Oh, and they're diving onto her in the bot lane, but saved by the Jetman, coming through clutch. And it looks like we've got most of the blue team sort of rotating towards this bottom side, sort of trying to get this dragon pressure down, as it is sole point for the red team. But that kind of just leaves Kayle to keep cooking in the top lane. They can definitely just let this dragon go and just enable that Kayle to have this free lane, which he's really enjoying right now. Oh, another int on here, the Wukong coming out with the Cyclone. Oh, and the Scion picks up another kill. He is getting super fed, and that is not good. Just before dragon. And I was saying this Kayle's enjoying the solo lane, but now that they made a pick, oh, they're making another pick onto the Caitlyn. She's walking out, oh, but a massive knock-up on the Scion, and he is a unit coming in there. The Braum going in there, getting the 3-man knock-up. The door goes up, and the Scion and the Braum are just in the mix. He's taking no damage. Oh, but it looks like the Wukong's coming in, gets the Kayle ult down. This is a close fight, but Kayle is going melee range. Unfortunately, that is what the Sivir and the Sejuani want to see. If that Kayle was able to get a little bit more kiting off, you know, that front line from the Scion was working really well, but then in the latter end of that fight, the positioning from the Sivir just really came through and was able to get a lot of boomerangs off. A dragon sack, so they're sort of flipping it back the other way. It looks like the early game from the scaling comp was kind of going well, but 6 for 6, dragon on the board, grubs over to the side of the blue team. So I just need to affiliate myself better with what team is on each side.
It's the Coven's on blue, and Interstellar is on red.
Awesome, that helps me out a lot. But yeah, in terms of these itemizations, what are you seeing on the board? We've got the Dusk and Dawn on the Gwen, which is a really, really crucial pick in this patch, but you know, what else are you seeing on your end, mate?
Yeah, for sure. So a Heartsteel coming out on the Sejuani nice and early, so she'll be stacking up on that one in no time. And Scion's gone for, I think it's Polyradiance first. I assume probably getting a Heartsteel as well at point. And yeah, we've got the new Hextech Gunblade as well in the Akali. Seems pretty normal for her now, at least in all the other games I've been watching. She tends to build that one quite a lot now. And
yeah,
of course,
just the good old times.
Dusk and Dawn, it's everywhere, isn't it? In your solo games, in your pro games, every region. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
as you said, the Akali with the Hextech Gunblade, that is definitely something of a throwback. You know, I've been around playing this game for a long time, and the Hextech Gunblade was the first item on Jax and Akali back in the day, and it's come back and making a little bit of a A little bit of a comeback. Probably one of the best picks for that item. It looks like there's a big fight coming into the mid lane. The Gwen's going right in on the Caitlyn. She's immobile. She's got the flash but can't use it. CC is layered perfectly. And they go back in here. Massive Wukong Cyclone, but he's getting absolutely melted by the Sivir on the back line. He's got nowhere to go. The Scion doesn't have anyone to frontline for. Unfortunately, this Kayle is trying to help out and do some damage, but the Sivir's got the Lulu peel, and the Gwen has nothing to challenge her right now. All the CC means nothing.
Yeah,
Estelle is just behind the curve right here. Unfortunately, the Scion has been the benefactor of a lot of these kills, but he's just not able to touch anyone properly. I think the Sejuani is just doing slightly a better job of what he wants to achieve in these fights, and it's just a free Baron.
Yeah, it's just the damage isn't coming out for Interstellar right now. CC's there, and you keep seeing that Halo used, but it's just not being used in a way that goes anywhere. You're being used to stop someone from dying, but not getting much damage out with it. That's for sure.
Yeah. You see, it feels like a little bit of a panic usage in each of these last two fights we've been able to see. The Kayle has really sort of felt like they need to ult someone on super low HP. That Wukong was pretty much on 200 HP in the backline there. The Kayle ult was used on them. Unfortunately, the Wukong hasn't got his Sundered Sky yet, which is sort of the break point that you look for on the Wukong. You know, you want those 2 items, probably even 3 items, getting that Black Cleaver in there before you're really coming online and a threat in yourself. So unfortunately, the Caitlyn, who is kind of the damage here, was just getting absolutely jumped on at the start there. And as I said before, there's not too much CC on the side of Coven, but as soon as you get hit by that Glacial Prism, it's all over. It's all she wrote.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great to see from chat as well, that the volume is a bit better. I have turned it up. If there's any other issues, please just put that in. I'm keeping an eye on it, so let me know what else you need from us. And yeah, just the itemization difference in between the Caitlyn and the Sivir is you know, it's sitting on 2 full items plus a starter item, and the Sivir's on 2 full items, major component, and a refillable starter item. It's going to be doing way more damage in the team fights. And we've got a Scion, yeah.
About this, they've gone in again with the Sejuani ult. It's just not really stopping them from just doing this over and over on repeat. Well, thankfully, Caitlyn got a big shutdown there, but as you see with the Sivir, ooh, Sivir's just heading with that C44 and Infinity Edge build on Caitlyn. You sort of can only really get 3 to 4 auto attacks off in a team fight, so you really have to make them count. Whereas the Lulu with Ardent Sensor and Sivir can just whack, 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 and it doesn't actually care too much about the Scion being there, you know. As long as you're hitting something, you got those bouncing blades going through the fight and really hitting onto everyone. So yeah, very different positions for what these ADCs want to achieve. Hopefully going down into the late game that Caitlyn can pick off the Sivir and chunk her out with an auto attack or so. But yeah, we'll need the rapid fire to give her a little bit of extra space, as this Sejuani is just, you know, pretty much hitting it straight.
Yeah, 0, 0, and 10 right now. Not putting a foot wrong currently. Warmog's on and up now as well too, so there'll be so much bonus health coming out of her. It's gonna be really hard to kill her from the side of Interstellar. Yeah.
And it's going to get even worse with these Ocean Souls stacking. If they're able to get 4 Ocean Drakes into that soul, this Sejuani is going to heal for so much. As you see, she's stacking HP currently because there isn't too much damage, so you can sort of go for the HP stacking rather than going for resistances. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a low damage comp at the moment. Not too much threat. Obviously, you have the Wukong, but he's sort of just behind the ball. And then the Kayle's just not online yet. Doesn't have that Dusk and Dawn yet. As you see, Sion's just trying to cut this wave by himself. Just in a sec, they go for an engage or just try and hold off. Oh, the Sion's going down. Wow, he just got absolutely shredded by the Sivir. The Sivir's very much online, and you only sort of see that around the 30-minute mark, but they're pushing into this bot lane. They're going to get this full tower. All 5 of them have committed to hitting the tower right now, which gives the tower extra resistances, so it's taking them ages to hit this thing. That's why I usually rotate 2 or 1 mid, and so you can get that tower down a little bit faster. Because all 5 hitting the tower, but they're just going straight onto the Nexus.
Yeah, they're just looking to end it.
And stopping that.
I mean, that Sejuani can just
The
keep
Wukong's
tanking.
actually getting backfired. The Siege is huge, but all the damage threats are down. Oh, the Akali doesn't really have her ult up right now.
Okay.
This is a really good situation for Interstellar. They managed to hold on, and they got some key shutdowns. The Wukong actually picking up a large chunk of gold there, and it's giving this time to this KO to scale it just a little bit longer.
Yep, every minute right now for Interstellar is going to be vital to get that Kale to a point where she can actually start doing something to that slippery back line of the Coven right now.
I think that was a really crucial base hold. Obviously, it was either they hold or they lose, so they pulled that one off, but it's giving this KO more time. Those Nexus turrets are going to respawn, maybe just at only half health, but still, that is better than anything. And the thing is, contrary to popular belief, Caitlyn actually has a really good late game. So if they're able to get past this sort of period, Caitlyn gets that rapid fire cannon and a Lord Doms, which would be really amazing to put a little bit of threat onto the Sejuani, because last couple fights the Sejuani hasn't really had to position too intensely around these team fights. But this ball might be slightly out of position.
He's caught out now, that's for sure. Yeah, so Ronnie straight
Really
onto
good
it. So not
Greedy
much
for
in it.
that ward. Absolutely not the thing you want to see at this time of the game. Hopefully this Scion can really hold on, because it looks like they're going to try and push in. The Sivir ult gets popped. Big three-man knockup on the thing. Into another three-man knockup, but it's just not enough. The Sejuani hasn't taken any damage, and the Gwen is running wild on the back line. Wow. And unfortunately, the Scion has to just flash out of there to protect his KDA. And Coven pick up the first game, where it looked like the comp of Interstellar was picking up a little bit of steam and looking to go into that late game, but you know, Coven just said, nah, we're just pushing through, and they used the power of their super fed Sivir and the super fed Akali just to bust down the door. Really nice little comeback from Linsanity. He was 0-3-0, cruising through the mid game, but picks up his item, gets the mega busted Dusk and Dawn, and he's able to just shred through. He was being such an issue on that side lane, and yeah, they didn't even wait for the dragons to stack. They just said, we're gonna win right now.
Yeah, for sure. That is exactly what happened, and I think we're gonna head to a pause now between games while we get into the second one.
Yeah, thanks for bearing with us, everyone. We're made it into game, and
Yep.
we're gonna watch the full draft
Yes.
of game 2 as well.
Yes, should do a bit better this time. We'll see you in a bit.
Let's see if Interstellar can make some adjustments and take us to a game 3.
All right, so we're back again. Can you talk quickly for me?
Is that one working?
Yep, that's all going fine right now. Both our little lights are green on it.
Epic. Sweet. We'll
Got
get
the-
into game 2 draft.
Yeah, let's do this.
Now, just having a little look over everyone's profiles, it was actually interesting to see that J-Car, who is the best player on Interstellar, got put onto Scion duty last game. I think they did just have this idea of having this insanely hyperscaling comp, and really sort of just trying to extend it out to the late game, but they were just missing a couple pieces to really get them over the line there in that last game. Yeah, so what I want to see this game is it'd be really awesome if J-Car can get his Yone. I think in order to go toe to toe with the Coven and sort of their team play that they're going for, their aggression, they need some big team fight pieces where they can really skirmish and oh, it's taken off the board now. I was envisioning a Talia jungle that is, and a Yone mid coming through, but I still think they should look to put J-Car onto a carry, whether that be his Neferi or something like that. They are looking to grab the Ambissa first pick, which is nice, doesn't have too many bad combos. I'm not too sure if the side of Coven has that Renekton pocket pick, but that would be ideal into that Ambessa first pick, or you never know, J-Car can play a couple of fun little AD mids, so it could always be the Ambessa mid. Diana, I'm assuming jungle's getting picked up by the Coven. Another big engaged sort of centerpiece coming out from the jungle for the Coven. You know, they had the Sejuani last game, which was instrumental in starting those team fights. So, yeah, I'm liking these early picks. They're sort of Interstellar changing up on what they didn't have last game, which was some engage and a little bit of sort of damage and threat, and then ooh, interesting. What are you thinking about this so far?
Yeah, I was gonna say, looks like Jetman on the side of the Coven has played a few games of Diana so far this season, sitting at a 55% win rate on the champs, so probably pretty handy with it. Good to see Ash come in as well too. I assume that's probably for their ADC likely. Played a bit this season as well too, so looks like we're well practiced so far in these picks.
Yeah, Coven obviously last game, lots of engage, really good at pulling the trigger and just going in and testing those team fights. It's really what got them the early wins. So they're sort of trying to take that momentum into this game and really have some great pick and engage tools. And obviously the Ashe is going to be great for that. But I am a little bit worried about the picking Ashe into Ambessa can be a little bit immobile. So yeah, but the Bard is a really, really nice answer to that. Diana and Ashe could really stop things in the track with his Tempered Fate, and also just getting those little slight rotations off with the journey on his E. You know, you can be caught in a choke, and you can really just cop over a couple walls with that and take your team with you. But yeah, nothing too concrete. I think all of these picks right now are pretty solid in the meta. Ashe just got buffed on the last patch. Oh, and it's gonna be patched up with the Nautilus. So they're just putting all of their stats in engage and aggression. So, you know, I think you're gonna need a little bit more peel on the side of Interstellar if they're gonna try and keep this Varus safe. Otherwise, just take it to them and go back with some more interesting engaged champions, some more interesting you know, just go butt heads with them, you know, play them at their own game kind of shit.
Yeah, for sure. That Ashe and Nautilus is gonna feel pretty annoying to play into. Assuming the Varus is going bottom and not gonna be the scourge in the top lane that so many people are experiencing right now in their solo queue matches. But just, you know, the combination of slows from the Ashe and the constant CC from Nautilus, it's gonna be a bit to get through for Bard, but sure they'll manage.
Yeah, Bard's going to be a nice little roaming piece. I'm sure Nautilus is probably going to be roaming a lot as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see a bit of just Ashe on Varus action in the bot lane, and, you know, both super immobile, so it is what it is. And it looks like the Renekton ban is being recognized, as it is a really, really good pick into the Ambessa. And that kind of just really leaves Ornn in the top lane. as something that sort of gets through the Mbeta quite well. Will be interesting to see what they want to chuck in the top lane, but I actually have a sneaking suspicion this Ambessa might be currently flexed right now, as it could go mid, and I do know that JCar likes a good AD mid laner. We'll see though. I have noticed that most of his good mid laners, Malzahar, Neferi, Yone, and even the Rise, is all gone. And so, Orianna. I mean, Orianna Diana. That's like bread and butter, you know?
Yep, that's a lot of circles and a lot of spheres all coming together, all at once. So a bit of Diana ult into a shockwave, or the other way around, is pretty dangerous for any team comp to go into on the threat of that.
I think Interstellar would be very well served picking up a Xin Zhao right now. Just having that crescent sweep to really mitigate a lot of the engage would be awesome. But Syndra can do the same kind of thing, scatter the weak, throw them out of the way. Can cancel the Diana E, can cancel the Nautilus Q. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be an Mbessa jungle though, which I do like. Has a pretty fast clear speed after the first clear. Is going to be a little bit behind the Diana, so will be interesting to see that, because if I'm playing the Diana into that Ambessa, I'm just power farming. I'm getting to 6. The Ambessa early ganks aren't going to be too potent, and there's not too much reliable engage apart from the Ornalt. And especially into that Zaheen, who's going to be enjoying that top lane. I'll tell you that for free.
Yep, seeing a bit of Zahan gameplay. I think a lot of people still not quite used to how he operates, but yeah, a lot of and yeah, like you were saying about
he definitely likes a lot of melee champs to hit and work up that passive. But honestly, if you get a big shockwave off onto 2 and you're able to get your ult onto a couple people, that's really, really strong. Having your passive being able to proc in a fight is awesome. He does have a lot of CC, but yeah, Coven just an abundance of CC, which if you're this Varus right now, it's not going to be a very good time. You're on that immobile ADC, you don't have a Tahm Kench, you don't have a Lulu, you don't even have a Milio right now to sort of peel you back. I'm assuming this is going to be a lethality virus, so you're going to be standing super, super far back anyway. But that's when this Nautilus comes in, You can't dodge his ult. So yeah, it's going to be hard. A lot of either defensive tempered fates or a lot of really, really effective scatter the weaks from the Syndra on JCar. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I'm liking this Interstellar team comp. I think for the objective of what the Coven is going for, they really went all in, and they didn't really care about what Interstellar was going to pick. But, if they are able to get a couple of these skirmishes off, get the snowball rolling from the Ambessa in the jungle, where she can actually invade the Diana and put pressure on that invade, I think they might be able to get some good map control. But apart from that, straight up 5v5ing these guys is going to be very rough.
Yeah, that's very true. Although, to be fair, if that Ornn builds a little bit of magic resistance, into the Orianna, I'm assuming classic Dusk and Dawn Diana, it'll, he won't be taking too much damage on any of those attacks at that point.
Yeah, definitely he's going to have heaps of resistances. And I'm sure the Zaheen's probably just going to be sort of free hitting. That lane is probably going to be a little bit of a handshake, I would assume. I feel like Ornn might have the upper hand in the early game, just being able to sort of get that brittle procs off on the Zaheen as he sort of goes up to get CS and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Typically, I would prefer the Varus with a slightly different bot laner, but, it will be the poke, so I think, cleanse is definitely necessary for this Varus, and maybe even a cleanse on the Syndra could be useful, but that Ashe ult, if anyone gets hit by that pre sort of dragon fights and that kind of stuff, it's going to be pretty deadly. So first item Mikhail's probably from the Bard as well, but it's hard to avoid the knockups. They've got the Nautilus ult, the Diana ult, and the Orianna ult, all knockups which aren't affected by tenacity, so even purchasing your Sterix, your Wits End, your Merc Treads, aren't really going to do too much of a dent to the time that you're sitting still.
Yep, that's the one. And we're getting into game pretty shortly now. Just gotta pretty much wait for the spectator delay on that one. And they're just finishing up their in-game picks now that they've finished the other ones. So won't be too long now before we head on in back onto Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, in for game 2, and you know, this is crunch time for Interstellar. You know, they really sort of were hoping for a long, drawn out game, a bit of a bloodbath last one where they're sharing stuff, but Coven just said nope, put their foot on the pedal and absolutely just ran down that bot lane. And they did about 3 of the same plays in a row where they all grouped bot. They didn't care about the side lane KO at all and just said, look, we're just going to take the tower, we're going to take the inhib, we're going to take our reset, and then we're going to come back and do the exact same thing. Take both the Nexus towers, take our reset. Oops, we lost the shutdown. Oh, doesn't matter. We're going straight back to the Nexus, straight back to the well. And that kind of sort of coordination from Team Coven was actually quite impressive. Just making that call, obviously the shot caller on the team, just let them know, hey, like, we can stat check these guys right here, right now. Let's just go for it. And I do think that's really good in this season because there can be a lot of topsy-turvy fights. If you're tapped into other pro leagues at the moment, you know, every game is a fiesta and every game can be quite winnable. Even, you know, SKT won a game almost 17k down the other day. So
Yeah,
anything can happen.
watched that one. That was very impressive. That one, yes. I think it would be privileged to see anything like that coming up on our screens today, but would definitely be a welcome sight. You know, wouldn't mind it at all.
Yeah, and I think yeah, it's just so hard. There's such a small margin of error for this Interstellar team, you know. You can wait for the passive of the Oriana, I mean the Syndra rather, to get built up, and then you're going to be doing some mad damage. But, you know, there's so many landmines you need to step over on your way to get there. The Nautilus roams, the Ash ults, the Diana all-ins, the Oriana Diana combos. You know, it's all going to be a lot happening. So I think if Interstellar are able to sort of break up the map a little bit, have the Ambessa rolling around with the Bard, getting off little 2v2s, trying to like minimize the 5v5ing, I think that's going to really help them in getting through this mid game, getting the Syndra the stacks, getting the Varus to a good point where he can just, you know, chains of corruption, either the Zaheen or the Diana, and just pop him as they're going in.
Yep, that's what's going to be about. It's how well can Interstellar deal with the Covens engage. I mean, you look at every single champ they've picked pretty much. They've all got some form of engage to some extent. So they'll all be looking to go in on top of each other, one after the other, and it'll be up to Interstellar to, you know, keep them at bay pretty much.
Hmm.
Okay.
The draft from Interstellar definitely it can work. I'm not saying it's impossible for them to get through this game, but you know, Coven, there is a little bit of finesse in pulling this one off. You know, if you miss your Diana ult, you miss the Ash arrow, the Nautilus ult goes awry, or the Oriana ult misses. Like, there are these things that can happen in these fights where, you know, Oriana without ult is a lot less threat. Nautilus without ult is a lot less threat. So if they're able to, you know, do some fancy footwork and get their way to a couple more sort of interesting skirmishes, then I think maybe we could have a series on our hand. But we're loading up onto the Rift, and we're gonna see how this early game's being treated. Obviously, new season, no invades. Whereas I'd say, you know, last season, you're looking at a Nautilus, you're looking at an Ash, and you're looking straight at that bot lane tri-bush, and you're saying, we're invading, let's try something. But nowadays, you know, we've unfortunately been robbed of our beautiful level 1 invades.
Yeah, as someone that plays predominantly jungle, I am very much happy with the less prolific level 1 invades. I don't mind at all. I'm happy for them to stay away. But
Are you a full first clear gunner guy?
yeah, in my very very limited playtime in League of just probably about maybe a year now, Pretty much only play fiddlesticks, so I always full clear. That's,
Always full clear. It's
about all I
fast full.
do.
How fast would you say his is full clear right now? Was it what it's about 3 minutes, or is it less?
It's less. So last patch, you used to be able to do red buff and Krugs at the same time over the wall. You struggle to do that very consistently now, so it's gone down a bit, but it's still a good spot. I think a lot of AP junglers right now are feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the more on-hit variants of Echo and Diana. I even played today. I played against the Gwen with Dusk and Dawn, got destroyed. So they are making good use of those items. I'm sure they'll make a few more appearances today.
Yeah, no, those power farming Dusk and Dawn users have found a nice way into the jungle. Echo is definitely my permaban right now. There's a couple Echo mains lurking around Diamond that are really frustrating to verse, and they just manage to find kills randomly. It's like that kind of Katarina syndrome where you're versing a Katarina, you beat them in mid lane, you stomp them, they're 0-3, then they go bot lane, get a triple kill, and the game's pretty much over from there. So I feel like there's a little bit of a, Katarina syndrome. Kind of works how Kassadin works, those champs, we don't want them to get multi-kills. As soon as they roam, they get the multi-kill, and then the game's pretty much over from there. Yeah, as we're looking at these lanes stacking up, we're having a mirrored start from the junglers, both top to bottom. Probably going to see how that one works out, and it is the Poke Varus coming out. He's got that Comet, so I think he's got a little bit of prio in this early game. I feel like in the higher levels, Nautilus is a little bit of a hard laner to pull off. You can sort of work around that because he doesn't actually have the craziest stats early game when it comes to getting super tanky. You've got to play the lane sort of a little bit more cautiously. And, you don't really... Oh, there's a tunnel going in the bot lane. And the Ashe is blowing the summoners early, and they're turning around. Interesting that the Embessa went for that early gank rather than just resetting and going for another clear. But yeah, they get the barrier out of the Ashe and don't actually trade anything in return.
I was gonna say it's pretty hard to play it safe when suddenly there's holes appearing in your wall with multiple champions coming through. But that is Bard Gaming, so he'll be looking to do that a bit more. And well, there's the Nautilus engage in response, straight back to another Bard.
He did blow the heal there, so a little bit of an exchange and a little bit of a greedy B there from the Bard. Just a quick heads up. For some reason, the Discord stream is very laggy, so I'm trying to catch up with the low frame rate for some reason.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. I don't know how good my internet is.
Nah, it might be it looks like the league is like windowed mode right now for some reason.
It is, because I have
Oh yeah, maybe just try and reset the screen share just really quickly. That might help it. And I can just join YouTube. I mean, because it looks perfect on the YouTube.
Oh yeah, no, I know what's going on. Yep.
Hey Lassar, yes, Coven won the first game. It was a pretty dominant showing. About 26 minutes, they just busted the base down and went straight through the bot lane and picked up about 3 team fights in a row where they just ended up winning the game. But jumping back to live, and it looks like most of the lanes are pretty even. We've got the Zaheen, who's got about a 10 CS lead, which is quite interesting. Usually you can bully a little bit harder, but we do know that Linseti is a Masters player, so he probably has some pretty good lane control in terms of managing to pick that up. Gone for an early cull. He knows this lane is probably not going to be too much of a kill fest, so he wants to earn a little bit of extra gold. And J-Car just walking out the side of that command shockwave from Joni. Unfortunately, that one missed, so a little bit of the kill threat is going to be gone, so J-Car is probably going to feel a little bit safer sticking around on this lower HP. The Diana is hovering around, probably just looking to get a little bit of vision off in the bot lane. Nothing too serious for now. We've had a little bit of a kerfuffle going on in the bot lane with the magical journey usage, and everyone's kind of just chilling out for the meantime, feeling the vibes.
Yep. I mean, as a Oriana, you're never going to feel really good when your shockwave is down. Nice to have a ocean break up this time, so we're going to get at least a different soul as opposed to last games. See what that one
snuck
is.
away that scuttle crab, but it looks like he's got the whole gang getting angry and coming on him. Nice flash over the wall to dodge the dredge line. So it's a flash for a scuttle crab, you know, and I think that's just going to give Coven a pretty easy first dragon here, which isn't ideal, but you know, outmanned, he's just going to go head for that top side. Right now, it'd probably serve Wukong best, heading straight in for the top side of Team Coven and just trying to take that top side away. Let the Diana not farm up as much. Currently about 10 farm ahead, and you really need to be able to cross-map punish those objectives, especially early game. You know, you'll see a lot of really high elo and also like really high competitive junglers. They'll even sack the first dragon if it means they can clear an entire top side of the opponent's jungle. But it looks like he's just going to clear the buff and come top. Looks like the Ornn ulti is coming out here. It's dodged by the Unstoppable, and the... Oh, that's a nice gank right there. Sorry, I was caught off trying to think of the Mbessa ult.
But is it the... execution something, what's it called? Something
Yeah.
Public execution.
That was a really
public
nice
execution. There it is.
Public execution. Yep. Really good public execution from Wukong Duty. I think that's just what they needed to relieve a little bit of pressure from this top lane. Nice stuff coming out. Yeah, a little bit of a pro activity early game is going to put, you know, a little bit of pressure on this team fighting comp. And putting the Zaheen behind is definitely going to serve them quite well. Oh, the Bard's coming in for a sneaky gank here, but just showing face.
Yeah, just probably picking up his little, I forget what they're called. They're not minions. Bardlings, whatever.
The chimes.
Chimes, yeah, that's the one. Picking up his chimes. Going for his non-magical journey around the map while he does that. And
yeah, leaving a couple hot cocos for J-Car in the mid lane.
Yeah, and up at that top is, you know, that's kind of what we mean when that Zaheen doesn't have that passive stacked up, as otherwise it could have been a whole different story if he had that one and got the stasis and the revive on it, but no, he went down pretty easily. And
I mean, if there's one good takeaway from that top lane, Insanity didn't use his flash, so if there is a repeat gank or if there's a fight over towards these scuttles in the top, he can use it for that. But it looks like Mbessa just clearing out her bot side of her jungle, and then he's probably going to try and come up for these scuttles as they did lose the first drag. Don't want to give out too much freebies early game to this team fight comp.
Yeah, I don't think either of these teams are going to want to give up grubs too easily. As just that little bit of extra tower push, especially with that crystalline overgrowth. Now it makes it quite easy to get plates handily, so they're all going to be looking forward to getting a few grublings to help out with that. So I imagine we'll get a bit of contest up there for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if they were to give away all three to the Zaheen, a flash blown and a tempered fate blown. A nice little setup there, but Journey all over it. Oh, a nice Ash arrow dodge. Just sidestepped that ever so slightly. That was quite good because probably would have been death, as you know, the dredge line and the depth charge would have just absolutely wrecked him there. But it looks like no one is really keen to fight over these Void Scuttlers just yet.
Well, Diana's up there, so I imagine that's probably what she is doing if we were on that screen.
A little bit of an oversight from Wukong Duty, but there's no flash in the mid lane. Oh, he just misses the public execution. Oh, and a really nice solo kill attempt coming back onto him. Oh, he's going to get the ult off. Oh, is that a dub? Oh my god, Joni almost just won the game. That was crazy. A nice little turnaround gank, a really nice shockwave, and all of this was happening with the Void Grubs going down. That is a huge win for the side of the Coven. Even though it was 2-1 in the kills, I think that Zaheen having that split push pressure with the three Void Grubs is going to be awesome. Oh, a flash, and it went straight into it. Nice depth charge, knocking up 2, and he's going to get out of there with the hook. Wow, what a hectic little fight there in the bot lane. Wrangle was trying to flash out of the way of the Chains of Corruption, but ended up flashing further towards it. So a little bit, you can tell that both these teams are feeling the pressure Both these teams have stacked. They've got a lot of good players, a lot of high elo players, and they know that everything can be on a knife's edge. Last game, as we saw, was a bit of a stomp, and that came off of just one big play from the Sejuani.
Yep, both our bot lanes recalling after that pretty even trade, after everything was said and done. And yeah, that mid play just wasn't quite it, was it? You know, bit of an overextension from Wukong on that one. Probably should have gone back and thought about maybe trying to contest a Grubs instead of contesting a Orianna with Shockwave up, but at least they got the kill in the end on her. But
yeah, shut down the Orianna a little bit, but as soon as that public execution missed, should have called it off. But you know, I admire going for the play. Oh, a really nice double binding after the Tempered Fate, and they're going in, and this Ambassador is going to get a kill. Oh, a nice public execution, and he's got no flash. He's going to be going down. The Varus might actually pick up a second kill here. Oh, he's just getting away, but the Varus with the double kill. That's exactly what he wants to get right now. And getting that early. Oh, a Diana over the wall. Oh, that's a really nice scatter of the week. So close to going down there. I think if the Shockwave was able to go off there, it would have been absolutely devastating for JCar. Has no sums, is no TP, so he would have lost at least 2 waves, a full cannon wave and at least another wave, just off of that play. But a nice dragon take. They're playing the bot side of the map quite well on Interstellar, and I think that is going to serve them well. As you know, the Caitlyn got quite far behind late game in that last game, and whereas Wrangle got really far ahead. And I think if they sort of temper this Ashe a little bit more, she won't be getting free hits off in those fights. She'll be more of a target for that backline access on the public execution.
yeah, that was a very crucial scatter, and kind of put down off her game a bit, allowed them to comfortably take Dragon, and they're sitting 1 for 1 on each of that. And despite everything and a few messy engages, they are up 4 kills to 1 right now, so not too bad at all. Bit of gold as well, sitting at about 800 over.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the state of the game right now, the only real issue will probably be this Zaheen. He's farming up really well, about 30 sort of 4 CS up on this Ornn. You know, you're on Ornn duty, sometimes you just expect to go down a couple CS. But when it's a Zaheen you're versing, this guy's going to become an absolute raid boss come mid to late game. Oh, a nice Tempered Fate, just missed out. Oh, and the Shockwave comes back and turns into JCar. That's the second time he's not respected that. And I think JCar needs to really look at this Orianna and make sure that she's not just going to turn on him, because she did go for the Ludens and she's got that damage that can really pop you in one rotation of her spells. Hasn't gone for the usual Roa or Athene's early, just going for that Ludens Echo, which is going to do heaps of damage and will actually have kill threat around this level 11 mark with the level 2 ult.
Yeah, again, that Shockwave, just probably should start thinking about the timing on that one in your head when you're laning into her. But otherwise, starting to finish up on a few items now. Both junglers finishing up on their first item. The Dusk and Dawn, obviously, on Diana. Zaheen just came back with the Triforce. Ornn's got the Sunfire on him, and Ghostblade on the Varus, so he'll be looking to further their engage and chase down a few low HP enemies, ideally, is what he'll be looking for on that one.
An interesting build coming out from the Ambessa. Usually you would see a little bit more of like a conservative Eclipse build, gets you a little bit more durability in team fights, but he's gone for the Profane Hydra, which, oh, and a nice public execution catches him. He's still got the flash. Is he going to hold on to it? Nah, he's not, because he knows he's safe. Once the public execution hits, he missed the Q1, missed the Q2, and so he was relatively safe under that tower. Wow, they're really putting a lot of pressure onto Junie in this mid lane. Oh, the Bard Magical Journey's going out. The Ashe ult goes awry, but they're still going to be able to get this bot lane tower potentially. Nope, it's looking fine. The Varus wave clear is going to be all good. Fortunately with this HUD, what we can't see is the missions onto each lane. Oh, and a really nice all-in from JCar. Actually was 2 levels down, so that was really impressive, finding the angle on the scatter of the week. He had a couple orbs sitting around, so he was able to just pop him with that R button.
Yep, just a straight solo kill down the mid lane. And he'll be feeling, Jacob will be feeling much better about himself. Now he's got that one under his belt. Didn't have to worry about the shockwave then, but it is back up again now, so we keep an eye out for when that might come around again. Looks like Bard is
there's one step closer to the 2-item Syndra. Having that Cosmic Drive is a really nice little power spike for you to have, and that will carry you sort of through this mid game, give you a little bit of extra cooldown reduction. Obviously, you got the Blackfire Torch first. Wow, I'm really enjoying this mid lane matchup. It's been quite exciting. Obviously, JCar opted for the Scion in the first game, but I really wanted to see him play something a little bit more aggressive and show off, you know, why he is the sort of linchpin of this team, really holding it down. So, yeah, it's good to see the Syndra making some plays, but what I really want to see out of Interstellar, oh, he's actually making another roam here. He's waiting for the Scatter of the Weak, but the Nautilus just flashes out. Oh, that ulti is doing so much damage. Is he going to be able to get it off? Oh, he dodges the binding, and oh, he gets it there on the end. Wink with the snipe, but a flash down for the Bard, and a cross-map playing happening in the mid lane. So it's good to see that Coven aren't letting this go unpunished, as they're probably going to get 2 good charges off onto these mid lane towers.
Yeah, action in all lanes right now as we look across the map. Zahan getting a bit low after taking a tower shot. Got a jungle in the mid lane supporting the Orianna, but meanwhile they're taking dragons. So yeah, Diana's doing her best, but looks like they are gonna get that one, secure it pretty easily, and Magical Journey on out of there. Not a threat at all from the side of Interstellar.
Yeah, as I said, looking at this draft, these scrappy fights, these 3v3s, these 2v2s, is really going to be what's going to help out Coven winning this game. They're not going to want a 5v5 too readily, but using this Ornn Horn to get picks, using the Scatter of the Weak to get a little bit of a disengage, you know, get the engage from Coven, and then, you know, mitigate a little bit of the damage, try and blow some cooldowns, get the Shockwave out of there, get the Diana out of there, and then turn back onto them once the cooldowns are down, because once that big engage is avoided, there's not much threat. You know, there's the Ashe, which is going to be hitting you, but it's not really a huge damage threat. It's more of like a utility slowing kind of threat. And once the Nort ult's done, once the Nort ult's hooked, he's just kind of standing there waiting for something to happen. So I think a little bit of finesse is going to come out, but what I hope doesn't happen is they get too greedy from winning all these little skirmishes where they think they're like, oh, we can team fight now, because then that's when they're going to get caught by a massive shockwave combo.
Yep, and that's what we were talking about in draft, with Coven looking for that engage, looking for that pick, and they're doing the right thing by letting Interstellar start up these objectives, but then they're just not going in. And we've seen that with 2 dragons now, and see how it goes from there. Oh yeah,
oh, a nice Tempered Fate onto the Orianna. Oh, and a nice public execution. Probably a little bit of overkill, but it looked cool. Oh, and the Varus is having a flash over the wall himself. Yeah, he's just up a little bit too far in the mid lane. And yeah, this is just an absolute punishment of all these immobile carries right now. You know, you got the Diana, the public execution, the Tempered Fate, which is a really good tool for getting, if you don't have flash, it's very hard to dodge a Tempered Fate.
I would say in general that a public execution is probably over the top by name, though, when you think about it. Probably the driving force behind what that actually is. But yeah, you're completely right.
You might be sending a message to Uni right now. You solo killed my mid laner one too many times, and now I gotta send a message by putting you on the green screen.
Yeah, Juni's definitely feeling like a target with, you know, just under half of their team's combined deaths so far, sitting at 3 total. Well, so far only Nautilus being on 2, and Diana with 0-0-0 across the board. So despite having that Dusk and Dawn haunting guys, she's just not really getting in on anything, and she's still down in farm compared to the investor as well. So not too sure where she's been for this game, but she'll be looking to be more present, you'd hope, for the next 20 or so minutes.
Yeah, I was really liking the Sejuani play coming out for her, And I think that, yeah, this Diana has been a little bit of a miss so far in this early game. But, you know, once he's going to get this Rift Maker, he's going to have a lot more impact in these team fights. He hasn't gone for a full burst build, you know, he's not specking into that too much. So it's, I'm not too sure how I think about that, you know. I feel like it would be good if he committed to the absolute full damage, you know, went for the Shadow Flame and then went for maybe like a Zhonya's or something like that and really just tried to absolutely burst in one hit. Whereas he's going for a little bit of an extended fight play, which I think benefits the side of Interstellar a lot more. They want to play these fights slowly, they want to sort of get off a couple spell rotations, they want to get the Chains of Corruption off, they want to get some poke off. Whereas the side of Coven, they're going in and they're trying to get you done in one.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of Zonya value right now, I feel, for the side of Coven. I mean, with the primary engage being that public execution or even the Ornhorn, being able to Zonyas through both of those, you know, you'd be feeling pretty good. Even potentially a Varus snipe as well too, if you're a bit low on health. So would like to see that come through for probably the Oriana as well too. Make a good use of it.
That's why I think the itemization from this Varus has been quite good. Recognizing early, I gotta have a spell shield. It's not too much gold investment. You get a little bit of lethality back as well. But as long as he can dodge that Diana ult or a Wayward Ash ult, it's going to be really nice. He didn't go for the cleanse, so he needs something to sort of mitigate that. And while his flash is down for the next minute or so, you know, you don't want to be catching an Ash ult before an objective comes out, and that's for sure.
Those Ash ults would be pretty deadly right now, because there'll be a lot of other teammates hopping onto you after Wrangle hits one of those. But Coven are looking to start it up.
Has, migrated to the bottom river. I think we're going to see a fight here, but it looks like Coven are just going to take this straight up. No contest. Oh, a really nice Tempered Fate. And they're actually going to go for the fight. Big Orn ult coming through. The Dragon gets secured by the Diana. Public Execution misses, goes wide. Massive Diana ult onto the two carries. And the Varus isn't even here. He wasn't even able to get anything off, and J-Car wasn't able to either. So a little bit of miscommunication for Interstellar, and that's just going to be Baron as well. Really nice. You know, I saw the Ornhorn come out, and I thought it could be a good fight. But what I didn't notice was the positioning of the two carries of Interstellar. They were nowhere close to the fight. And are they going to be able to contest this Baron? I'm not too sure.
Yeah,
if you look,
I was just say, yeah,
all of the ults are down for Team Coven, so they actually possibly could contest.
Yeah, they were going for that Baron, but I was going to say the ults are all down, and I think that's what they were looking for. But
contesting, but they're trying to finish the Baron. They get the Baron done. Oh, and the Varus is sitting here. Chains of Corruption is down, and the Zahen goes in, and they just get popped. Oh, unfortunately, this is such a big swing in the game. They were sitting in a nice position, but as I said, oh, is the Axiom Arc getting procced? Oh, and he's got the Public Execution to go back in. Oh, that's so unfortunate because the Moonfall comes back off cooldown right there as well. Oh, that's just a very unfortunate sequence of events because the Ornn wasn't even there. He's getting plates top lane, so a little bit disjointed from the side of Interstellar, whereas it was going really well for them.
They could have used that CC from the Ornn, that's for sure. Could have done a lot of work there.
I think it was just a little bit of heroic plays trying to happen on each side. You know, Wink was really trying to use his advantage on this Varus and maybe pop someone, but yeah, as I said, Interstellar were in a nice ahead position, but they almost baited themselves into saying, we're ready for a 5v5 team fight, let's try it. But as I say that, Diana's a little bit caught out here in the jungle. She does have flash to get over this wall, so she might just try and do that. Oh, does the Ornn hit over the wall? Oh, he hits a blind over the wall. Really nice stuff from the Ornn. But he gets one back. Oh, he gets one back onto the old Bard, who was playing a little bit aggressive with that. But a huge shutdown onto the Symbessa. I think it's pretty much all on the Ambassador to carry right now. Oh, a nice Ash Arrow catches J-Car in the base. Wow, it's a repeat of last game. Oh, does J-Car get out? No, it's the Zahen ult coming through, and the Public Execution catches the Oriana on the backline, and there's nothing stopping this Ambassador from killing everyone. Whoa. How can you get away from it? And the Zahen's going to go down into his passive form as well. What an awesome Public Execution there on the backline. This is just a back and forth game. But this is exactly what Interstellar needed. They needed a team comp that could threaten. Oh, but the Zahen is healing. They need the Ambassador back in the fight. Wink. Oh, just barely getting out of that one alive. Everything is very close, on a knife's edge. So all it comes down to is those 1 or 2 players who are absolutely performing under pressure. And I think Wukong Judy really pulled that one out in that last fight.
Yeah, you can see the Ghost Blade's on cooldown now. Varus had to use that one to escape that whole thing. And yeah, they're coming back on that. They did super well to get out of that position. Even Jaker on the Syndra almost managed to escape from under the turret, but just that scatter put them all back, and they managed to. Ambessa came in, and like you said, that perfect, almost max range public execution came on in and split them all up.
Yeah, and that's the interesting dynamic about these team fights is this Ambessa. It really is a spanner in the work, whereas the Zahen and the Diana, they're just going to go as deep as possible for the Syndra and for this Varus. And it kind of leaves Orianna and Ashe completely alone, who don't really have any self-peel. But as I say that, a massive fight is erupting in the mid lane. Public execution saves Wink on the back line. Zahin is going in, but it's a little too deep. He gets knocked up by the Ornn. He doesn't have the passive. A nice tempered fate comes out onto 2. Are they able to follow up? No, they don't follow up, as the health bars are a little bit low, flashing red right now, and they're just going to take this reset. It was a nice fight. And would you believe it, only 1 person died in that fight after all of that. So much nice CC landing, but in the end, it's only the Diana who goes down.
She did go in quite alone on that one. You saw her momentarily surrounded by 4 of the opposing team members on Interstellar, and paid for it on that occasion. But they did good to not overextend into the rest of the Coven's comp, as you can see that Orianna was down there as well, the Ambessa dunking her out quite a bit, so good to see them have a bit of patience on that one, as the dragon is up now, so they'll be looking to prepare for that and go into it. Both are looking for soul point currently, so it'll be a big deal. Hextech Drake obviously going to feel pretty good for your more ranged champions, the Varus and Ashe. Well, the Ashe not doing too well right now, being 0-2.
The one thing I did notice from that last fight was, you know, if the Diana had gone for a more glass cannon build with the Zhonya's, she probably would have had a good angle to keep that fight going. But the Dragon's getting fought over, a wayward Ashe arrow, and the Ornhorn to boot. Oh, but everything's just going onto this Ambessa. Will she go down? And a nice death charge onto the backline. The Bard is the recipient of that, and they're kiting back, but nothing can really kill the Zenit. He gets the knockup onto the Varus. A really nice position. The Ornn is tanking all of the damage, but here comes the Diana, and it pops. Oh, it pops the Varus. J.K. is trying his best, but he gets exhausted. I think that's going to be all she wrote for Linsanity in this team fight. Oh, Interstellar, rather, as Linsanity is still very much alive and hunting down this Bard. But yeah, nothing can really touch this Zahen in this fight. He really just took charge, and they all went in. Good trigger pull from that. I feel like Wukong Judy, just snapped his ult onto the wrong person. They did get the dragon, but I think they might lose an inhibitor off this one.
That Triforce value is insane with that extended fight as well too, and I was thinking about this when the draft was picked with Zahen, right? Because you've got your passive revive, and then you build GA as well too, so he's pretty much got 2 shots now. Every time he goes into a fight, he'll be just back up again, every single time.
Oh, a nice flash public execution catches Wrangle staying around a bit too long, and they might be able to get the Zahen as well. Yes, it looks like they will as well. He might get the passive up and be able to get the double res off. But I think this Varus is just going to have too much damage. He can throw the E down and just absolutely melt through this guy. More gold going on to this Ambessa. I think this Ambessa is going to be really well served to grab a GA. I think they're going for... Not too sure what they're building with that tunneler right now. But it would be ideal for a GA. Maybe a Sterix or something, but... They're starting up this Baron. The Diana is here available with the Blast Cone. I think they're going to look for a fight potentially here. They've got all the pieces here. The Depth Charge is ready and loaded. They might leave it actually, because the Ashe is going to fire the arrow from base potentially. Nope, they're just going to secure. Oh, what?
Yeah, I was about to say there was no securing for the side of Interstellar on that one. I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest. Wukong dude's flash is, I mean, not
Ultra.
flash, sorry, smite is up. So looks like
Yeah, look, and
they
you can
were
see
off
in
duty
the
for that
bottom
one.
left,
Yeah.
Wukong Judy is pinging his own smite. That is so unfortunate. Judy just sneaking the ball in there and getting it with the command shockwave into dissonance combo. Wow, that's got to be really sad there. One opportunity to get a free Baron. Uh-oh, he's running it down now. He's letting his jungler know he wasn't happy about that smite and he's ran it down. Unfortunately, Real keeping it a bit too real right now.
Yep. That is not what you want to see, and it feels so bad when you're in that position as well too, and you miss something like that. You just know he's in his own head right now with that one, but apparently not, as max range public execution comes right in, deletes the hand.
Out in the mid lane, standing alone. The public execution getting super good value this game, but the siege on the side of Coven is actually terrible. They have to all in or they have to stay out. They've got no one long range. Yeah.
And the
but still,
0-3 Ash
journey for that Baron steal, that was pretty much like a huge momentum shift. And yeah, the momentum is all on the side of Coven now, pretty much.
Yeah, they got the 2,000 gold lead now as well too. And what I was going to say though is that Ash though is still not feeling good, sitting 0-3 with just 11 assists right now. Struggling to really find a lot of purchase in this game and make too much of an impact on their side, but we'll see how they make this push to the Baron. Probably not too much longer on it. The wave clear though on Interstellar is looking pretty good between the Varus and Syndra though, even Mbessa.
Oh, a nice Ash ult onto the Bard as well. He's just going to Mystical Journey over this wall. Oh, he's probably going to die here regardless, but he managed to get waste a little bit of time, the last end of the Baron buff. But unfortunately, oh, they're going back in for a fight. Oh, the flash on the Ash out of the public execution is really good. I think they're going to lose this fight here, and it's going to be pretty tough. J-Kai is in the middle of the fight. That's not where you want to be, Syndra. But this Ambess is trying to go hard, doing everything. The exhaust is beautiful, getting high value. And it's literally a 1v1 between the Zahin and the Varus on the back line. We all know who wins that one. And it's going to be Coven. Wow. All off the back of that one Baron steal from Junie. They're able to wrestle the tempo away from Interstellar. Wow, that's unfortunate. Interstellar probably going to be shaking their heads right now. I did like the adjustments made in draft for Interstellar. But yeah, that all-in team comp. All it takes is one mistake, one catch out, and you just started a massive team fight. Unfortunately, Real was a little bit lost of focus at the end of the fight, at the end of the game rather, and got caught out twice in a row, which lended up to a Nexus explosion.
Yeah, that Nexus is down, and for the last time of the night, so looks like Coven are taking that one, and yeah.
Yeah, unfortunate way to end the series. But Junie, what a shockwave. You know, if we gave our MVPs here, I would be dishing that out to the Orianna. And also who had a fantastic game on the Akali in game 1. You know, was set up a little bit with a low kill pressure lane against the Scion. Still managed to get ahead and be a real big kill threat. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with the way that Coven was looking. Showing a lot of mental resolve and just pulling the trigger when they needed to. You know, good effort from the Wukong Judy in this game. You know, the Ambessa was farmed up really nicely. Ended up going for the Sojin at the end there. I think that last fight might have benefited a little bit from a GA, but what can you do? Nice play from Coven.
Yep. I mean, it was a bit back and forth this game for sure. I even look at the final Drake count, and you know, Interstellar is still up on that one. Gold isn't that big between them, sitting about 4.9k. Nothing crazy on it, but it was just that engage and consistent damage overall that Zahan just would not go down, and made the difference, especially with the miss smite on Baron and siege minions coming in. Couldn't handle it in the end. Bit overwhelmed by all of that, and they go down in 2.
Yeah, go down in 2, and unfortunately don't get to live to see a game 3, but still was a good little series from 2 of really impressive teams in this Division 1. You know, we've got some really high level, high-ranked players on both teams, and they really showed out. But Junior, yeah, really holding themselves against JCar, who is a master player. And yeah, just getting some good solo kills. That mid lane, we couldn't take our eyes off that mid lane, you know. And both the junglers also knew that that was the pressure point of the game, so they were spam ganking it. But yeah, Junie, big plays all around. I'm thinking back to that dive that they went for around the sort of 15-minute mark, where Junie was able to get that really nice double shockwave off under tower, picking up a kill onto the Wukong Judy, almost getting JCar by the skin of his teeth. But I think that really showed that Junie is here to play, and this Orianna pick is just an absolute dynamite pick for them.
Yeah, they played well with the comp they got, and they'll be looking to repeat it next time. That's for sure. And Interstellar will be looking to rebound a little bit, maybe get onto that smite practice tool, and give it a second go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I think that is all from us on the old Outback desk here. Make sure if you guys are still keen for some League of Legends action, the HLE versus GNG is currently live, and while their players probably aren't as good as Team Interstellar and Coven,
No.
You know, you can always check out and learn a couple things off
You'll
of
be
them
looking
as well.
at quite the downgrade, but you know, the Australian Open Finals is also on right now as well too, in case anyone is interested in that.
Yeah, it's a good day for Australian sport. You know, old Alexander Volkanovski defending his belt in Sydney as well. So, you know, it's a good day to be in Australia. Unfortunately, I'm in Auckland, New Zealand right now, but I still feel the Anzac pride from where I'm sitting.
That's all right. I mean, I can join you because I'm originally from Christchurch. So yeah, probably not the most Aussie stream today, but that is fine because we're all Oceania, and that's what matters. So we'll keep this up and see you guys the next game. Hopefully, a bit less scuffed casting. Now I've got my audio set up, so I'll try to retain the what is it?
Yeah, a lot of fun. Some good teams, some good League of Legends action. Thank you, Jacob, for having me on board, and excited to cast some more in the future.
Yeah. Great to cast you the first time, and I'm sure we will meet again, Grunky. So yeah,
absolutely, mate.
Thank you, and see you guys all later. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Bye.